party. Political parties are more rally. Some more sorry, more crusade. So we'll book carnival or any kind of event. Now we'll pay spinning machine papa a boa sound in the moon at the dia any may come for GTR sounds at the amount. Your live band in so our tones are at the frame ya beat me about boa. Ama ujumedia woody and so at me I come up. Your enkan pupuni mantemo anya aponchi hotel a hope pepe and a yebutu odiam said obefre and penny4 was 0546960510. GTR sounds a more de angaza.
Is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
GhanaTalks Radio, #1.
It's a joyful Thursday morning. You are welcome to the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show right here on GhanaTalks Radio. Good morning to you, lovely listeners of GhanaTalks Radio. You're welcome to the news headline review. I am your host, Ruth Esenam-Fiagbadu, and I'll be doing this with Miss Regina Bless and Miss Debbie Adoso. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
How are you, Miss Debbie?
I'm good, and you?
I'm fine. You are looking very colorful this morning.
Yeah. Ghana flag.
Ghana
red,
flag.
yellow, black.
Black. Where's vegetation?
Black. The vegetation is, well, you had black. No. Vegetation is not in.
Miss Regina.
Yeah.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good, yes,
I'm good by the grace of God. Right. It's a joyful Thursday morning. And, you know, the weekend is fast approaching. That is why it's a joyful Thursday morning. A lot of people can't wait for the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so please, Talanku, relax. The weekend will be here very soon. Right. We have some issues on board. Let's dive into it right away. Restore 4% flat VAT rate, 20% too cumbersome. Guta to government. The Ghana Union of Traders Association is calling on government to restore the 4% flat VAT rate, arguing that the current 20% VAT system is too complicated for many traders, especially those in the informal sector. According to Guta, the existing VAT regime requires complex calculations that many small businesses do not fully understand. The association says this makes compliance difficult and often leads to unintentional errors, penalties, and financial strain on traders. Speaking at a press conference, Guta President Clement Boateng said many traders lack the technical expertise to compute VAT properly and cannot afford to hire tax professionally to assess them. Guta is therefore proposing an urgent review of Act 1151 with a return to a simplified 3 to 4% flat VAT rate for informal sector operators. The association believes a flat rate system would make compliance easier, increase voluntary tax payments, and reduce tension between traders and the Ghana Revenue Authority. The call comes as the GRA has assured the public that the current VAT rate will not lead to increased consumer prices or disrupt market activity. Guta has also appealed to the GRA to suspend what it describes as harassment by VAT tax forces and instead prioritize dialogue and stakeholder engagement to find a workable solution. So this is what they are asking for, that they should restore the 4% flat VAT rate, define the 20% too cumbersome. And this is what Guta is telling government, the Ghana Union of Traders Association. They said it makes it very difficult, so please, they should bring it to 4%. Instead, what GRA can do is to have a proper stakeholder engagement to make the people understand. It looks like they're actually finding it difficult to calculate it, especially when it comes to the informal sectors. When it happens like that, they don't know which price to put on it or how to calculate it to make their profits. But GRA is also saying that it's not going to affect consumer price. So right now, what is their problem? Ms. Regina?
Yeah. So their problem is how to adhere to it and also how to calculate it. Because if it's 20% for per my calculations, let's say you sell an item at 1,000 Ghana cedis, the 20% VAT which goes to the government is supposed to be 200 Ghana cedis. So the 200 will go to the government and the 1,000 will be your business money. Now, I feel like this shouldn't be a problem at all, because the people going on ground or the tax forces, and I'm almost saying the personnel going on ground are the ones supposed to educate the people.
Exactly.
So why are they harassing them? Especially looking at the market women, most of these people don't understand it. And at the end of the day, if they make a mistake and they find them as well. So the best thing to do is to make sure that you educate the people. This is not an issue we should even be talking about. They are making it difficult. Nipana on ground. Let's use ourselves for example. If there's an issue on ground and we go out to talk to the people, some of them don't even know the issue. We educate them, we explain to them. I thought that to me explaining So you see, it's all about education. So bring together these market women. Most of them are not educated, but when it comes to money issues, they are very vigilant and they are very sharp when it comes to money. So educate them. Say, oh, say. Maybe I'm moton idea 5 cedis, 6 cedis now was our de to so 6 cedis now the better so no and no bako a buying hope. Now one man in Kofonati said, this is how it is. You don't go about harassing people. And I say it is the norm of these people. Once they come, I say, I want some music and be out so. And when you scan a mama no mubufu. I don't know if the money is going straight into their pockets, because their aggressiveness and how abusive they are is really suspicious. Because my abaya sumame na me beja de na unya. Meko next time meba. And some of them you have to document it. Receipt. You have to even get some of them don't give receipts. That money goes into their pocket. They also have to check that. I thought that nipa no or didn't book beba no. Now I say and I say mutual. So why is it not there? Why haven't you penned it down? So it's also a worrisome thing they also need to check. Aside education, they also need to check their own people who go on ground. So aside that, where there any issue be?
Miss Debbie.
Yeah, so the value added tax is similar to say levies on these goods that this people sell. Now we've heard a lot of complaints from these people. This is not the first time we are hearing them saying that, and this is not something that is new to us. Okay, even if they've not increased their VAT from 4% to 20%, these people will still complain that the things are expensive, because even when it was 4%, the drivers were not feeling its impact. If you like, we can go out today and ask them. They are not feeling its impact, and that is why most of these drivers find it very like they are reluctant to adhere to the directives of the government. When some time ago they said they should decrease prices of fares, and the only complaint they'll give you is that their spare parts that they keep buying is still the same. So if you are refusing to reduce price so that these drivers can be relieved, and now you are not doing it, and the government said, well, I'm not saying that is the main reason why the government wants to increase it to 20%, but I'm just giving a scenario. So if the government is saying that maybe because of that I'm increasing it, or due to their own analysis that they've done, they want to increase this to 20%, what is your problem? Because even if it is 4%, you will still not decrease the price. If it is
1%, you will still not decrease the price. Their cry are almost the same. So why then are you complaining? Because if everything is reduced and spare parts are the prices of spare parts are still the same, and then what is the essence? I have seen what's the name, the video or the press conference they did with the media.
And with Abosokan.
With Abosokan spare part dealers, where they said that drivers should be ready to increase first, because if governments refuse to reduce the VAT or retain the 4%, then we the consumers should also be ready to pay more, because the drivers are going to increase their fares very soon. And when I heard this, I was like, what's happening? Because I feel like there's Abosokan people, they are our main problem right now. Oh, it's true, they are our main problem. Look at when the cedi to the dollar was, dancing so well. They refused. These drivers will keep complaining that the spare parts, so. And when you get that their problem is one thing, they will tell you that foreigners are not GH. And at the end, it's too expensive. That is the only thing they will have to say. So if it is 4% and the price is still the same, and 20% is still the same, don't complain, pay it. Pay it. I don't know why this should be an issue. And as we said, I think Ghana Revenue Authority should take this up. They should educate these people. Because in a way, Ghana Revenue Authority, I would say they are mediator between the spare parts and the government. Because they take levies from this spare parts dealers. So I think they should educate these people. You see, sometimes we lack certain things. You don't just come out to bring something on board. I'm not saying that I wouldn't be fair enough if I say 50% of the population are illiterate. No, 99% of the population are literate. We are educated, but sometimes even though you're educated, you come across certain things and you still need explanation.
Exactly.
So day in day out we learn new things. So I feel like Ghana Revenue Authority should take this up. There should be shall I say a seminar, orientation, which one?
Stakeholder engagement.
A stakeholder engagement
to explain
things better to these people. Let them know why you are increasing it to 20%.
And this is why.
And
this is the effect.
This is the effect. And then also it's not going to affect the consumers.
But if you are doing something as an organization, why don't you engage with those that you think will be affected before you go ahead to do it? Don't you think that was wrong from GRA in the first place?
Well, in a way, yes, it's wrong, but as it stands now, we don't know whether they've been an engagement or not, or have they stated it?
They've not stated.
Yeah, so we don't really know whether they've been an engagement or not.
So that is what the GUTA is asking for. Have a proper engagement with us, we the traders.
Yeah, I know. You are in this country. This has been the song of these people for so long.
But that doesn't mean you should continue with it.
No, so every day, they don't have meeting with you before they bring something on board.
No, but Debbie, how would you feel? As example is
I get it all, but what I'm trying to say, I feel like these people are using that as an excuse. So imagine you come to tell me that, oh, if I take a decision, I should let you know, so maybe you can contribute something or not. Or if you have an idea or something, then the first time I did it, and then you tell me. I think the second time when I'm bringing up something, I should come to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I feel like the GRA is doing their best. It is these traders that is their how will I say it's intentional, and they're using that as an excuse.
Well, GRA mentioned that this is not going to affect consumer price, but from 4% to 20%, how sure are they that it's not going
to affect?
We would definitely affect,
because Nippon Kofa they know 50 cedis, and I say if your friends Nippon Kofa they 500 cedis, you have to at least the profit margin should be a little bit higher a bit, because you want to mean Kofa they 500 then 500 cedis and so. It should be like 200, 250, 300 thereabouts. Now also 20% a VAT
from that.
Hey, it will go up.
It will definitely
go
up.
So I don't think they understand what they are doing, because it will go up.
So that is why we are calling on them that they should come and educate the public.
A proper stakeholder engagement.
Yes, maybe they have. There is a way or means they will go about it that is not going to affect the consumer.
No. This one they to affect.
And so they are saying that it's not going to affect. So they should come and explain. But we know that definitely it will affect us, and the consumer is going to affect the consumer more than you, the person selling it, because the driver will feel it the more. And since the driver is feeling it and he doesn't want to run at loss, we are also going to feel it. Because mind you, most of these drivers do not own these vehicles, and for someone, so at the end of the day, the person takes his part and they give you something very little. So you also ensure that you what the two passengers know, so then you also get your share, and so it's going to affect the consumer the more. So I think this is a fair play. GRA, simple as ABC, come and brief us and let us know what you are trying to say.
Explain to us why you said it's not going to affect
consumers.
Consumer price. Right. Thank you. Let's move on. Mama convenes emergency cabinet meeting over cocoa sector crisis. President John Dramani Mahama has convened an emergency cabinet meeting, that was yesterday, to address the growing concern or growing crisis in Ghana's cocoa sector. The announcement was made by the Minister of State in charge of Government Communications, Mr. Felix Ofosukwache. The meeting comes amid increasing concern over delayed payment to cocoa farmers and deepening financial strain within the sector. The minority in parliament has repeatedly raised alarms about the situation, urging governments and the Ghana Cocoa Board to act swiftly to stabilize the industry. Ranking member on Parliament's Food, Agriculture and Cocoa Affairs Committee, Isaac Yao Opoku, has criticized government and Cocoa Board for failing to reimburse license buying companies. According to him, the delay has left many farmers unpaid for several months. He claims that funds owned to LBCs, which purchase cocoa beans on behalf of Cocoa Board, now exceed 10 billion Ghana cedis. The backlog, he says, is limiting the company's ability to pay farmers and threatening the smooth operation of cocoa purchasing activities across the country. The payment delays have sparked frustration among cocoa farmers, with many calling for immediate settlement of arrears. Some farmers have also expressed disappointment over repeated assurances from Cocoa Board without what they describe as tangible results. In response, Cocoa Board says it has begun making payments to licensed buying companies to enable them clear outstanding obligations to farmers. The board has also indicated that it is exploring new financial agreements and arrangements aimed at ensuring long-term stability in the sector. The emergency cabinet meeting is expected to focus on immediate liquidity challenges, funding models, and broader reforms to protect Ghana's cocoa industry, which remains a key pillar of the national economy. So that meeting was held yesterday, and the new development on that particular news story is that the finance minister will be briefing us on that. What are your expectations for that? Do you think that we'll get to hear something good out of the emergency meeting they had yesterday?
Of course. Of course, you're going to hear something good, because I'm sure the farmers are also eager to hear from the finance minister. This has been their call since I think last week or last 2 weeks. This cocoa issue started way back, like last 2 weeks, where we've seen this cocoa farmer threatening to sell their farmlands to galamseyers and all that. So I mean, it's kind of frustrating. I understand them though, because it's kind of hard to work. I mean, put all your energy, your all in all into something, and then at the end of the day, you don't get paid. Mind you, these farmers are family leaders. They have families and all that, and most of them too are being catered for with this. You know, cocoa, it has a scholarship that covers the children of these cocoa farmers, and all this is all lacking behind. So in a way, they are frustrated, yes, but I think they should also understand the government as well, because when the government came into power, they increased their price per ton, and then we said that they were used to take a ton of cocoa with 1,308, but when this current administration came on board, they increased it to 3,000, which means that the government needs to put in another alternative measures so that they can gain more revenues to pay you that. So now that they have increased your pay, it means that they also need to increase their game so that they don't run at loss. So now we have increased our game, and then it's affecting us. It's affecting us because we are losing our customers. We have other countries also into cocoa. We are not the first people we are not the only country selling cocoa out there. And so it's like the market is now competitive with other countries. So we need to play our cards and our games very well. I think yesterday President Mahama spoke about the issue, and he said that the syndicated funding used to source these people, I mean, it has crashed.
Yeah,
So
it was cancelled.
yes, it was cancelled. So they need to look for alternative measures. So I think, you see, the government is a thoughtful government. It's a listening government. So I know today's briefing would be positive, and it's going to give hope and assurance to our cocoa farmers. They should just hope for the best. And one thing I'll plead, they should be patient, okay? They should be patient with the government. Everything will go on smoothly. This is not, I mean, why would you sell a cocoa farm? When I saw it yesterday, I was like, they should sell it. They should sell it. Why? I mean, why are we like that?
Do you know that is going to hurt us as a country if they should sell it to?
The reason why I'm saying they should sell it is because I feel like they don't have trust in the government. So imagine you promised me to give me 10 billion, okay, and then at the beginning of the year you give me like 5,000. So it means so this should give me an assurance that if you're able to give me 5,000, it means in your cost to you complete the rest of the promise. You get it. You fulfill it.
Yeah.
So there should be an assurance to the cocoa farmers. If the government promised and he fulfilled it, then it should give it this kind of assurance that as time goes forward, they are going to fulfill everything. What we need is patience. You selling the land to Galamseyers wouldn't help you, because the money they are going to give you, as I say, so where are you going to look at? What else are you going to look onto? I mean, for your living. You get it? So I feel like that is not the best solution, okay? If somebody is pumping that into their head, they should erase it. Because it will not help them, it will not help us too.
Right. Miss Regina.
So when it comes to the cocoa board, the farmers, and also the sector as a whole, I think it's high time they start reshuffling and also making sure that they put things in order. Most people are calling for the sack of the boss, that is Dr. Randy Abbey, that he should step down as the
CEO
of Cocoa Board. And
They are sick.
Okay, so the issue didn't just stem up, or it didn't just come out of nowhere. It had a starting point, and it will always have an ending point because some people started it and we are continuing. So I think they need to relax. The people calling for his resignation should relax. Now to the cocoa board sector, I would say when it comes to cocoa of Ghana honey now omope, I don't know, but I call it a monopoly, no. Omope aside, just say no other person is into that aside cocoa board. So if they run at a loss, it would affect our economy, and it will also affect these farmers. And the grievances of these farmers are well understood and very understandable, because there's no way I'll be working for passion and I'll be hungry. Passion does not pay the bills. Passion does not put food on the table. Passion does not clothe me. Everything is 50-50. Passion 50, salary 50. But I can't tell me that.
The passion drives you to work, and then the money boosts your energy to do more.
Because what? Let's say your working conditions are poor, your working environment is very toxic. Why the people resigning? Why don't they say, oh, because of the love of the job, let me stay? But because of their mental health, they leave. So you should tell yourself, passion is not everything.
Yes,
so to the farmers, I know it's difficult for you to be working for a very long period of time and things are not moving on well as you want, because they also have family to take care of. But we plead with them that they should relax. President John Dramani Mahama is a listening president. I think yesterday or Tuesday when I saw that he would be having an emergency cabinet meeting, I was like, oh wow, this is a listening president. Obi on her own few cry. But immediately they came out to talk. President John Dramani Mahama has taken up the issue. Now today, Dr. Atufosi will be speaking, so we will know the outcome of the meeting. Say ye bit your mocha, say into your mocha, we would know today. But aside that, fiscal discipline is very, very important, and also how they restructure their things is also very important.
Very important.
Yes.
Very, very important. We are waiting for the outcome of the meeting today. I mean, the press briefing at Forsen we're doing today. We are just hoping that they pay these farmers.
Oh, they'll definitely pay.
Imagine working for like even 2 months and you're not paid.
They'll pay them. The only thing is that they should just relax.
They should just relax.
I understand them, okay, because so it means they celebrated the Christmas without nothing.
Without nothing.
And it's sad.
It's
okay?
sad. Very, very sad.
Because, see, me when I was a kid, I don't understand. I wouldn't understand you when you tell me that you're not buying me dress. As my father, whether you have the money or not, you need to buy me. You need to buy me my shoe. Because that is the norm. So imagine you are catering for a family and then no money. Oh, I understand them in a way, but they should relax. We'll
still make noise about
They'll pay.
They'll pay. NACO to roll out licensing regime for medicinal industrial cannabis cultivation. The Narcotic Control Commission says it will soon begin implementing Ghana's licensing framework for the cultivation of medicinal and industrial cannabis, following Parliament's approval of the regulatory and cost structure. In a press statement signed by Acting Director of Public Affairs and International Relations, Francis Opoku Amwa, NACO announced that it will operationalize a licensing regime for the controlled cultivation, processing, and use of cannabis with THC content not exceeding 0.3%. According to the Commission, licenses will only be granted to qualified entities that meet strict requirements. These include comprehensive security protocols, product traceability systems, quality assurance standards, and full compliance with all applicable laws and regulations. NACO cautioned prospective applicants to deal directly and exclusively with the Commission through its Cannabis Regulations Department. It warned against engaging individuals, groups, or associations claiming to facilitate or fast-track the licensing process. The Commission was emphatic that the new framework does not legalize recreational cannabis use in Ghana. The Commission said it will collaborate closely with key institutions, including the Ministry of the Interior and the Ghana Standards Authority and the Food and Drugs Authority, to ensure proper implementation, monitoring, and enforcement. The regulatory framework permits the controlled cultivation of low THC cannabis capped at 0.3%. typically used for industrial purposes such as fiber production, cosmetics, and certain medicinal applications, while maintaining strict prohibitions on high THC cannabis associated with recreational use. NACO says the move is aimed at balancing public health and safety concerns with opportunities for lawful innovation and industrial development. So they are going to now allow or give license for people to use cannabis for medicine and industry purposes. Miss Regina.
Yes. Enyayolo.
Talk for 10 minutes more.
Okay, so I've always supported this from day one, because each time they arrest these individuals with cannabis, the only thing NACOC does, or Food and Drugs Authority does, is to ban them. And I always say when it comes to the medicinal field, cannabis is one important thing we use. This drug, painkillers we take, it has it. Oh, And as I move for Adrona, Mohotomono, I am not say a day.
A pinch of it.
Yes, like 0.3%. That's why most people abuse it. And codeine. Codeine is a cough syrup, but this young men use it, abuse it. So when it comes to the benefits of this substance, I never knew that they can use it for clothes. So the industrial use, first off, they said fiber and clothing. Hemp fiber is very strong, used to make ropes, clothes, bags, carpets. I never knew. I never knew that it can also be used for building materials. It can be used for bricks, cement alternatives, insulation materials. Now, the most common of it all is cosmetics and beauty products. We have the soaps, we have the creams, we have the hair product and also lotion, but most commonly it's the hair product which helps the growth of hair. And also when it comes to the medicinal use, pain relief, epilepsy treatment, anxiety and stress disorder, inflammation and arthritis, and certain neurological diseases. And when it comes to food and agriculture, we have the cooking oil, protein powder, animal feed. And they said they are rich in omega-3, protein, and healthy fats.
Very beneficial.
Very beneficial. And so Ghana, then no more. We are not saying that they should keep all of it. You can keep some of it and dispose the rest. Now, looking at this initiative they are bringing up, it is not to legalize smoking. Smoking in Ghana is still illegal. Having such on your personal self is still illegal and shouldn't be tolerated. It is only for the right personnel. And also I feel that they need to make sure that effective monitoring, because trust me, if they just take anyone enter the industry, that person should come and work, obi oha, so your cron for, and I say he or she uses it, they can smuggle some into their pockets, their bags, and take it out, which is also dangerous. So it's a good and great initiative. It will also create jobs for other youth, and also aside that, it would help our economy, because say now you can export it out of the country. So it's a good thing.
It's a good thing. Miss Debbie.
Yeah, so I think no plant is useless. All plants has its positive use. The only problem is that when you misuse it, that is when it becomes a challenge to you. But I remember those times when you see a leaf, you can choose to be like, oh, leaves here, as soon as my mom will be like, this leaves is used for if somebody
every
gets
leaf
pregnant.
has something they do.
Every leaf has something they do. And I remember one time I bought water and because shegu. I had no idea, so I went to pour on the leaves. So my mom was talking. Said, "Why did that?" I was like, "And what is the use of these leaves?" Because I remember we've been using it to play when I was a kid, like it's just like, no, this medicine is used for. Some people they almost having miscarriage. So she was like, that leaf, if you blend it now, urbanus that be urban besa. Like
Sorry. To cleanse your body.
Yes. So you another kind of wet or the wet one to
You see when she said miscarriage. So the moment she said miscarriage, then her next sentence was obesa.
No. So the woman who uses this and then like it prevents miscarriage.
Oh, okay.
I think she said she has tried it with some people
and it worked.
And it worked. They gave birth to their child. So she taught me the leaf, and I was like, hey, leaf, I had no idea.
New profession.
So, I'm telling you. So you see, every leaf has its medicinal purposes. There is a problem about it, or it becomes a problem when we overuse it. So this cannabis and all that have its medicinal purposes, but the problem is we overuse it. The we are talking about we cream for hair, and it grows hair naturally and long, like so nice. But the problem is that we abuse it. So that is a challenge. So if we want to cultivate our own, produce, make good use of it, and then make it how will I say it? Produce it into something useful, which is going to help us as a country, then it's good. But the only thing I'll advise our people is that they're going to issue licenses to people who are going to delve into such, let me say it's an institution on its own. People are going to delve into such institution. There should be a thorough background research about this particular person you're going to issue a license to. Because yesterday we had an information that a very big brand company in Ghana here who is operating into, and I mean,
I see you. We can't wait for the person.
She's the one.
I
mean, the person has a very big business that is, I mean, exploding in the country. But behind that,
sorry to interject you with this news. I think yesterday NACOC deputy director was a director. He came out to say that the brand itself has distanced itself because they know nothing about it.
I get it, but what I'm saying is that the background research is very necessary. Yes, I'm a journalist. People know I'm a journalist. This is what I do. But behind the journalism, do you know what I do?
Cannabis cultivation.
You know what I do? You have no idea. We have people who start small business, but aside that business, they are prostitutes. So they get their money, they ride their vehicles, they build houses, and you think they get that money from what they do, the business they do, but they don't even get a kobo. Where they get the bigger incomes or revenues from is from their prostitution work that they are doing. So if you want to issue license to people, ensure that this person is well investigated, like the way we do it in our security service, which I know now they don't do it, and that is why we have robbers and criminals in the security service. That one is for another day. We should do a thorough background research about that person, ensure that this person is free from such behaviors. Then we issue license to the person. And strict monitoring and supervision, it's very, very necessary. You don't just hand over because because you're going to also provide papers and everything that shows that you are into, I mean, and should I say manufacturing this cannabis or processing this cannabis into something useful. You are going to show papers and everything to prove you right. So it shouldn't only be on paper. There should be a background research that shows that this person is truly, represents whatsoever is being stated or pointed on the paper, and that is going to help us. But if we don't do that, trust me, I think they ever import a lot of into the country, and this is going to also serve as a big platform for those people.
Yeah,
those people that import drugs illegally into the countries. So there should be our borders too. Our borders should be.
Then if they are going to legalize this thing for industrial and medicinal purpose, they have a lot of work to do. They have to make sure that nobody abuses it. Right.
I feel like we should also get a vehicle that have a plate, and then purposely for importing cannabis into the country, so that in case when we see those vehicles coming, we know that this belongs to the state, because we know we are into it. Then when we see other people's, then we know, no, this is not. You get what I'm saying? There should be something to identify.
Right. They've given them a threshold, which is 0.3%. So if it is more than that, you'll be arrested. Right.
That's right.
Thank you so much for joining us on the news headline review. Up next, we have Today in History with Miss Regina Bliss.
Bringing you today in history and some global observances. On this day, 1951, Kwame Nkrumah was released from prison. He was released from James Fort Prison in Accra after serving roughly 1 year of a 3-year sentence for leading positive action campaigns. His release, granted by Governor Sir Charles Aden Clark, followed his party CPP landslide victory in the 1951 elections, leading to his appointment as leader of government business. Moving on, Chile's independence from Spain declared. Chile's independence from Spain was initiated on September 18, 1810, with the formation of the first national government junta, but was officially signed and proclaimed on February 12, 1818 by Bernardo O'Higgins. The conflict lasted 8 years, with Spain recognizing Chile as a sovereign nation in 1840. The U.S. enacts first fugitive slave law. 1793, the United States Congress enacted the first Fugitive Slave Act, a federal law allowing slaveholders or their agents to capture, seize and return escaped slaves across state lines. It mandated that local, state and federal officials assist in the recovery, imposing a $500 penalty on anyone hindering the process. Moving to some global observances. Fat Thursday. Fat Thursday is a traditional Polish feast day celebrated on the last Thursday before Lent to indulge in sweets, and it marks the final joyful opportunity to eat rich, fatty foods before the 40-day solemn fasting period of Lent. National Freedom to Marry Day. Observed annually, it is a non-official U.S. holiday established in 1998 to promote, celebrate, and advocate for same-sex marriage equality. Held just before Valentine's Day, it highlights the fight for LGBTQ+ rights, love, and legal recognition, with advocates often engaging in public awareness campaigns and ceremonies, only in US, not in Ghana. Lastly, National Giving Heart Day. It encourages donations to charities, often featuring matching funds to maximize impact. The day is designed to encourage support and raise funds for local non-profit organizations. And that's all for today on Today in History and some global observances, live on Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Ms. Regina Bless, for Today in History and some observances of the day. Up next, we have Debbie.
Welcome to Debbie's Grill, where we talk about issues that matter to the state, void of politics, fear, or favor. Deputy General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Haruna Mohammed, has insisted that allegations of vote buying must be treated as a criminal offense and investigated by the Ghana Police Service rather than being handled solely through internal party mechanisms. Speaking in an interview, he argued that vote buying undermines Ghana's democratic processes and should attract the attention of law enforcement. He questioned why political parties would attempt to resolve such allegations internally instead of allowing state institutions conduct independent investigation. The NPP Deputy General Secretary also criticized the growing tendency of political parties to establish committees in probing vote-buying allegations, describing such processes as ineffective and lacking legal consequences. It suggested that internal investigations often end up producing outcomes with little impact, while the alleged wrongdoing remains unpunished. Investigation should be done on criminal matters on this alleged vote buying, and the NDC have to do their own investigations, which ought to come out as nothing baseless, no effect, no contribution, just to tell us that proceed. It is a useless adventure, he said. His comment comes after the NDC announced it will proceed with Baba Jamal as its candidate for the Ayawaso East by-election, citing constitutional and time constraint. So this is from Deputy General Secretary of the the New Patriotic Party, Mohammed Haruna. I mean, he's hitting so hard on the voter inducement, buying the vote of people, and I feel like this is not something new. It is something that we've experienced over and over again. It's something that we've normalized in the country. Tell me why a competent leader should buy the vote of someone. If you feel you are competent enough, if you feel you've done your work as you are expected to do, there is no need to go buying things for people. There is no need going to buy refrigerator for people, buy air condition for people, hair dryers and all stuff for people, just because you want to be voted for. No. But you see, where we've gotten to as a country, because we've normalized it, and it's like it is something that has been injected into our blood, so it is so difficult to do away with that. And so when it's time for election, it's either you pay me or I don't vote. It's either you give me money or I don't vote. It's either you buy me this, you buy me that, or I don't vote. And this is the main reason why we don't vote for competent leaders. We vote for leaders who do not even have the people at heart. We vote for people or leaders who come in with their own selfish gains. They come in and then they amass wars for themselves, not thinking about the developments of the country, not thinking about the developments of their constituency, and that is where we are today. That is the main reason why we keep marking time as a country. That is the main reason why we don't have leaders with integrity. We don't have leaders who are competent. We don't have loyal leaders. We don't have leaders who can even put their integrity on the line. No, we don't have them, because they have to pay for it. With this issue in Ayawaso, it was plain. It was evident. The man accepted the fact that he gave out 32-inch of television to people. Board X was given to people. People who went in to vote, constituents who went in to vote, they were interviewed. And one man said, I've been given a 32-inch of television, and we've been given Board X. So why then do you wait? You see, my problem is we wait until election is due. That is when we know that we can do something. And it's funny because anytime there is election, anything sort of election, you just look at the conduct of our leaders. It is solely different from when they totally gain power. When they are seeking for your favor to lead you, their attitude is different. They tend to do everything you want. It's just like somebody desperate to get something. They don't mind going the extreme. Going extreme miles to win your favor. They will do everything at all. Even if it means for them to lose everything, they will do it. Because they want to gain a favor from you. And immediately they gain that favor, forget it. Forget it. So I ask myself, you buy a refrigerator for people. Some even go ahead to buy motorbikes and all stuff for people. Where do you get that money from? Yes, you are working, it's evident. But tell me, how much have you saved to buy vehicles, motors and all that for a population of say maybe 30,000 people or maybe 20,000 people? Where do you get that money to sort them out? And you see, that is the main reason why after you vote for them and they come in, they don't want to develop their community, they don't want to construct roads, they don't want to build basic amenities so that the people will feel relieved. They don't want to do it. Now scan all their money and comfort the family constructing road, You've already spent the money. The money you use in constructing the road, that is the plantations you've taken. The money you will use in building the hospitals, in lobbying for you to get schools and all that, is the money he has used in buying you yogurt. It's the money he has used in buying you the refrigerator. It's the money he has used in buying you all those stuff that you are happy to take. So what else do you want? And that is why we are where we are today. It's kind of painful, seriously. Because see, all the leaders we have of late, they are in for their own gain. So now everybody wants to be a politician. Everybody is aspiring to become a politician. Why? Because they feel like, what is cower? That is where you can loot and you go scot-free. That is where you can steal. And even steal the state name and no one will ask you anything. And even when it gets to court, your people are there. They are going to work things out for you. And then you are allowed to go scot-free. So now everybody wants to become a politician. Because I want to scan a war. That is the mindset. I want to scan a war. And it's bad. It's bad. This issue should be dealt with. And you see, it's affecting our democracy processes. Why? Because it's eroding trust. We end up picking people who do not, as I said earlier on, we end up picking people who their mindset is not even on development or anything. No. So we pick people who are selfish, we pick people who are arrogant, we pick leaders who are disrespectful, we pick leaders who are educated illiterate, and then they stand up and then they say anything just like that. They don't even care, they don't listen to you, they don't mind you. And this is where we've gotten to. I've heard people say, oh, it's normal. I say, yeah. Has it benefited us? Let's ask ourselves those questions. So they bought our vote, but has it benefited us as a country? Why would you do this far ahead? Why? So immediately you come into power. Why won't you do develop the place, let the people know that this is what you do? See, let me tell you, there are some constituencies in Ghana here that no matter how well you pump money into this delegate or how well you pay them money, they will still not vote against their personal person, because they know what the person can do. Unless the person decides, say, me and Kobe, I'm stepping down. Because they've laid that foundation. Those are the people who started way back. I mean, they started developing the community or their constituency little by little. We see instances where some members of parliament bought chobos, milos and all that for students to go to school. We've seen instances where, what's the name? Needy but brilliant students in their constituencies were being offered scholarship to study abroad. We've seen instances where constituents are being given free fuel. We've even seen instances where university students are being given free makeup. You see, all these things, you do it like you're preparing the ground. You don't do this when it's time for election. If you're doing this 3 days to election, 1 week to election, 4 weeks to election, it means automatically you are buying the votes of the people. That is what you are saying. And you see, it is in those times that, our mind was a bit archaic. But now we are waking up. And so that is why we will take the money, we won't vote for you. After the money, they will take, but they won't vote for you. Because I came across an interview where one of the men was so sincere to himself. He said, yes, I received 32-inch of television, I did. And the man said, so who did you vote for? He said, my vote is my power, I can't disclose it. He can't disclose it. So most people, they will take that money, they will take it, but they won't vote for you. Just say, so what we are saying is that it's not helping us. It has not helped us, and it won't help us. It has not, and it will not change. It will not change. There should be a law that backs all this. So that anyone that is found culpable, will dance to the tune of their own music. We won't allow these people to go just like that. No. So they say, they are saying that Baba Jamal, he should go and contest for the NDC. This is an internal issue. And Mohammed Haruna is saying that we shouldn't only limit it to internal issues, but we can also put it into law, and then ensure that people who are found culpable will be held responsible for their act. So if you look at the Representation of the People's Amendment Act 2016, Act 999, and then the Electoral Commission Act 1993, Act 451 prohibits voter inducement. Specifically, Section 28 of Act 999 makes it an offense to offer or give money or other inducement to influence a person's vote. Penalty for voter inducement can include fines and imprisonment. When you need to it's because we have it and they are not working. So what should we do? These are certain things we should pay much attention to. Those are things that should be passed into law. So that if you have it in mind starting from today that you want to hold a position, start doing your work. You don't wait 2 days. That's the fact. So please, we want leaders who have the people at heart, leaders with positive mindset to develop the country, to develop their constituents, and not for their personal gain and not for their selfish gain. Thank you for making time with me on Debbie's Grill.
Thank you so much, Miss Debbie, for that, girl. And thank you, too, for joining us in the first segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. We'll be coming up with the news shortly. Please stick and stay with us.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Hello, good morning and welcome to the morning news update on Ghana Talks Radio. In today's morning news highlight, President Mahama bemoans Ghana's cocoa funding crisis. In related news, Cabinet approves urgent measures to fast-track cocoa farmers' payment. Vice President urges Economic Advisory Group to prioritize citizen welfare. Also coming up in the news, spare part dealers criticize Ghana Revenue Authority of a new VAT regime while seeking for a formal consultation. Accra Metropolitan Assembly expressed frustration over traders selling unapproved areas. These and many more coming up your way shortly. To our first story, President Mahama has expressed disappointment over Ghana's inability to secure sustainable funding for cocoa. The Ghana Cocoa Board is facing debt crisis with a total debt of 32.9 billion, including 26 billion in cocoa road contract. According to President Mahama, the traditional syndicated funding loan used to finance cocoa purchases has failed, prompting government to explore alternative financing mechanisms.
Our handling of state-owned enterprises has also been uneven and at times haphazard. Weak governance frameworks, political interference, and inadequate financial discipline undermined institutions that were once engines of stability and credibility. We failed to raise sustainable funding for cocoa and the Cocoa Board's capacity to syndicate effectively, something it had done successfully since the early 1990s. And this was severely impaired. These are not points of blame, they are lessons in responsibility.
In related news, Cabinet has approved emergency measures to expedite payment to cocoa farmers following a prolonged delay in payments for being supplied since late last year. The government has also endorsed sweeping reforms to boost local processing and restructure Cocoa Board. Minister of State in charge of Government Communications, Felix Kwachiofosu, announced that the Finance Minister will address the nation today to outline detailed implementation plan and financial framework for reforms. The reforms aims to address structural inefficiencies and ensure timely payment to farmers while restoring confidence in Cocoa Board's governance.
Yesterday, we have just concluded a lengthy cabinet meeting, which was an emergency session that discussed the cocoa sector and matters arising there. And at the end of the emergency session, decisive measures have been agreed upon regarding expedited payments of cocoa farmers, regarding the implementation of the most drastic reforms in the cocoa sector, with a view to achieving quantum leaps in domestic processing of cocoa, as opposed to exports of raw materials, and various reforms to be carried out at Cocoa Board in order to ensure more effective administration and management of the cocoa sector. Now, at 11 a.m. tomorrow, the Finance Minister will address the people of Ghana and announce these far-reaching measures as agreed upon at the end of the cabinet meeting today. So that is what I have for you right now. If you have any questions, I can take it. But tomorrow, 11 a.m., meet the Finance Minister here for a comprehensive briefing on all the measures that have been agreed upon. Measures have been agreed upon for expedited payment of farmers and to address all the matters that have.
Vice President Professor Nana Jane Opoku Agyeman has called on Presidential Advisory Group on the Economy to focus on improving the lives of ordinary Ghanaians. Speaking at the swearing-in ceremony, she stressed that economic policy must translate into tangible improvement in daily lives. She urged members to prioritize dialogue, intellectual honesty, and collective responsibility in their line of duty.
As a lifelong teacher myself, I would like to respectfully leave my esteemed colleagues and myself with our first piece of homework. That is, for us to constantly reflect on what the term the economy should mean to our fellow citizens. Beyond an abstract concept, it should mean many things, including the following: stability for the teacher in the classroom and the nurse on night duty, fair prices and reliable markets for the farmer, predictable costs and access to credit to the trader and small business owner, stable incomes and affordable housing and transport for the worker, opportunities and skills for the young person, especially the women, security for the laborer, and decent care for the elderly. In short, our task is sobering. That is, to conceptualize the kind of support that makes their economy feel less distant and more everyday possibility.
The Aboso-Okan Spare Parts Dealers Association has criticized the Ghana Revenue Authority over new value-added tax regime. The association is calling for a review of the policy, arguing that 20% value-added tax rate will lead to a surge in the price of spare parts. In response, Ghana Revenue Authority says the concerns are based on a misunderstanding of the new VAT regime. According to the Ghana Revenue Authority, the new regime should lead to lower prices as traders claim to input value-added tax.
The minister o ba bo so ka beto spare pasa e so bo an ho yie enti adra for no mo complain no ombenya complain this time because of say omo part besa ni bo besa ye din biom because omo bo no omo part ni bi na engines na ye 65,000 no na ebi ababa be do 57,000 ebi ye 53,000 na ye 40,000 about 35 ebi ye 34 wa say egusu ba form and say ba ne sa na say you all turn 50,000 o be work 20% of it enti e besa shutu e ko biom enti e ba ne sa na nema bo be de na 2 na we register o GRE no obe free marketing because ultimately ne no be register GRE no obo man kro no ultimately ni compete nema de wo form ye fa ni nya o the same source the same important ho enti e ba ne sa na che say adwuma pa abane ye no e be sa ma abano akwa nipa boni because o say wo ye adwuma pa wa say no na GRE fon so ye adwuma boni edit ya wo ye be to 20% na kan initial no ye to only 4% pe na 4% no enye me am ye de la na me to ya wo wako bobo si akọfa onyema begu ase na ne oba beto e de akwa obenye sika kotu a loan no emra ne se fa sa sika no to so na ne oba beto no ne fa ma no no ntu aka consumer no final consumer no me shop e da hoyi obetu ame so won GRE or register GRE me dem register GRE it no me no na be affect me because you register GRE there oni je fo any tokwa bia oni na so to na there me was no source na me fa me niama no the same source na no so fa the niama important odi niama ne brɛ no the same important odi niama brɛ no so what I say odi ni niama ye pɛ e ba ne say na me de ma register GRE I will say me fa 20% enka homa consumer no na ne owo me nche register GRE there on fa no hundi any say the best na ASC from 4 to 20 there adabraka enti propose say nka omo ye no 5 to 8% po aboso kan ye de money ye adwuma we are law abiding citizens. So that's here. We are citizens, we are not spectators. And your money can call any yepe. Na Ushega Hanyina, Ubia Jomani Eden, and we say a money koye, Bibia koye, Argentina 20% from nowhere, Ababe Rim, no Ayabom Coco from the one, said they be Montesomaye. Would they be someone say, Argentina 4%, they go 20%, would they be someone? Fancy good for in Paboni for Crampa, and second go 20%, sir. Now, good way, no, in benefit. Yes, so man, ye pese ba be do next week man dey better to storm. Ye 2 storm for 3 days e be economy pa. Wo hwe the way amafodo mo be rewrem so unu amafo so be ye mo take up advantage no so ye dey because we be affected drivers no direct, so we don't know the drivers no so be on be fast so ma ye dey okrum say am pass ye pese be do ho ye pese bia ye smoothly into man panyi what they all the respect jubilee house ye kan muntie na ye nti na mo so muntie na ye wo ho.
The Accra Metropolitan Assembly has expressed frustration over traders selling on drains, blocking sanitation efforts and causing filth build-up during cleaning days. According to the head of waste management at the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, traders selling directly over drains are turning these areas into dumping sites. Florence Kuchi, head of public health at Accra Metropolitan Assembly, cautioned that the situation poses significant health risk. As part of the exercise, AMA has arrested several traders for violating sanitation regulations. The authority plans to continue enforcement operations and ensuring public health safety.
I'm gonna bet me a display for sale of their things. I will draft wall nature. But I say I'm not turning draft wall nature into a store, which is not supposed to be. Ya near one pasasa, they don't want to listen. It is a na buy no. Yeah, the congested draft wall nature in just a opia opposite ordinary yamasi waton and in red no peja. And no penny ya beja wa but ya na won fa draft wall nature and ya store. Because it was stored inside. No one said about the fat dwarf road at the higher market. It is not the best. Let's be fair to ourselves. Obi will help baby kitu ebi the scene in Yamato on ya our market. What our what's a baby kitu na obi be dinano sono. Esan dia sheda. It is not the best. Ya bomb papa sa enyene. Wa ujina ha mi ni wa ye juma ha for more than 3 years. Entinu okase ya bomb papa, you are not being fair with me. Entinu enforce the law. Me fan say first no amen ni enter than ni court. Enti na ya ba ni aja mu nti na officer ye ni omu di agro. Nti se si anu ya court no wo ho. Yan ya fa nneɛma kɔ. Uba ye be prosecute, one ba ye be prosecute. Until ye de nneɛma ne kɔ. Ye arrest omo, make say ye molest ma. Ye mpese ye be molest obia. Nneɛma na ye de kɔ no omo wo ewrafo no beba.
Some concerns or some things that I saw, especially the slabs that you took. The place is very untidy where they are selling. Does this also raises concerns, especially
your English?
English.
Okay, so you see, that is one of the reasons why we are saying they should not display for sale their waste on the drain. Because last week Saturday was sanitation day. When you come, they are on the drain. You cannot even have access to display the drain. You understand? But if the drains are open, we have drain cleansing units. The officers will always be here to clean the drain every day so that the place will be neat. But when they come, they are on the drain. Anytime they come, they are on the drain. So from henceforth, we don't want to see them on the drain or in front of the drain. They should all sell their things at the back of the drain. Those that have shops inside the dwarf wall, they should be there. But no one should use at the back of the dwarf wall as a shop. It is not a store for you to store your goods and go and sell somewhere. It is not done. Yes.
In business, MTN Ghana's Chief Executive Officer Stephen Blewett has described the company's recent recognition as the overall winner of the MTN Group 2025 $1 million challenge as a massive acknowledgement of the team's performance and commitment to customers. Speaking at the first edition of the MTN Bright Conversation, he said the award presented at the MTN Global Leadership Gathering 2026 reflects execution excellence across all business segments. According to him, the achievement was broad-based. That's unusual, he noted, citing strong performances in data innovation, customer experience, network expansion, and fintech, particularly mobile money. Beyond recognition, he signaled an aggressive investment drive backed by macroeconomic stability. He further highlighted that exchange rate stability enhances network investment capacity. Looking ahead to 2026, CEO outlined a strategy anchored on deeper network rollout, digital transformation, and customer-centric innovation. Also in business, government is undertaking sweeping reforms in the mining sector to position the country as Africa's most attractive mining destination. The Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Amakofi-Boa, says the government transformating reset agenda is touching every institution in the country, with the mining sector among the top priorities. Speaking at the 2026 Mining Conference in South Africa, the minister said the reforms are designed to modernize policies and laws, integrate new technologies, and simplify processes for investors. He also called global investors to consider Ghana as a preferred destination for mining investment. The minister highlighted Ghana's political stability, a predictable regulatory framework, and a long-standing mining tradition as key competitive advantage for investors seeking certainty in Africa. These legal regimes offer strong investor protections, including stability agreements, shielding investors from retroactive policy changes, respect for contract sanctity and accrued right, tax exemptions on selected imported mining equipment. Ghana's fiscal regime is designed to support mining projects while optimizing the government's shares of revenues to develop a vibrant industry. Emmanuel Amakofi-Boa stressed, however, that new investments must be anchored on mutually beneficial partnerships that deliver value not only to investors but also to the Ghanaian economy through sustainable development and long-term returns. To sports, Ghana forward Antion Semenyo registered his 7th goal contribution in 8 games in all competition in Manchester City's 3-0 win over Fulham in the English Premier League. Man City's latest win keeps the Sky Blue firmly in the race to win the league title while being in contention to win 3 other competitions, including the Carabao Cup, where Semenyo's team will compete in the finals against Arsenal on March 22nd. After progressing through the lower ranks to the elite level with the Man City, Semenyo could end up winning his first major silverware in his professional career at the end of this season, and the Black Stars player says he's enjoying the novice chase. Also in sports, Ghana international Mohamed Kudus is set to work under a new manager at Tottenham Hotspur following the sacking of Thomas Frank. Frank was sacked by Tottenham after just under 8 months in charge following the Smeza 2-1 defeat at home to Newcastle on Tuesday. Spurs are 16th in the Premier League and just 5 points above the relegation zone after a dreadful run of form. The North London side are winless in their past 8 Premier League, their longest run without a victory since October 2008. They have won just 2 of their past 70 league matches and picked up only 12 points in that time. Frank took over as head coach in June after he was sacked and signed a deal until 2008 against mixed Premier League record of 7 wins, 8 draws and 11 defeats this season. The then led Spurs to automatic qualification for leg 16 of the Champions League by finishing 4th in the group stage. However, they are out of both domestic cup competitions, having been beaten by Newcastle in the 4th round of the cup in October and Aston Villa in the FA Cup 3rd round last month. Spurs were loudly booed after defeat at home by fellow struggles Newcastle and West Ham in the past few weeks. Frank was also touted by his own fans with chants of "You are getting sacked" in the morning during the loss to West Ham and a draw at Burnley that followed. After being booed off a half-time 2-0 down to Manchester City, Frank's side responded to the draw at Tottenham Stadium. Captain Christian Romero was critical about Tottenham's board after that result, calling it disgraceful that the club only had 11 fit senior players available against City. The Argentina then received a straight red card, his second of the season, against Manchester United on February 7th. Spurs won 5, drew 2 and lost just 1 of their 8 Champions League group stage matches. However, their Premier League forms has been largely poor since November, including a damaging 4-1 defeat by non-London rivals Arsenal and a woeful 3-0 loss at relegation threatened by Tottenham Forest. Last month, Frank said he felt trusted by the board, but BBC Sports understands he was already under significant internal scrutiny, and at least one member of the club's executive had raised the option of ending his reign. Tottenham took just 10 points at home in the league under Frank, but had better away record, claiming 19 points from 13 matches. Prior to joining Tottenham, Frank spent 7 years in charge of the Brentford, guiding Bees from the Championships to the Premier League in 2021. The 52-year-old term at Spurs started with a UEFA Super Cup defeat on penalties to Paris Saint-Germain, with Spurs having booked their place in the match courtesy of winning the Europa League under Australian last season. Tottenham beat Burnley, Manchester City and West Ham in their opening 4 league games. He was, however, hampered by extensive injury issues this season. Spurs also witnessed suspended captain Romero for the next 3 Premier League matches, including the North London derby against Arsenal on 22nd February. In showbiz, sensational Ghanaian hip life musician Berima Sydney, officially known as Sydney Kofi Ofori, delivered an emotional tribute to the late singer Priscilla Opoku Quanten, known as Ebony Rains, during the Northeast Saturday event held over the weekend in Sunyani, Bonu region. Midway through his performance, the Obia African Money hitmaker paused to reflect on the life and legacy of the late artist before thrilling patrols with a soulful rendition of Ebony hit song Hustle. The emotional tribute drew applause from the audience as he exited the page. The moment proved especially moving as Sunday, January 8th, marked exactly 8 years since Ebony's tragic death and fatal accident near Mankroso in the Sunyanin Kumasi Highway while returning to Accra after a family visit to Sunyani. Many patrons described the tribute as a touching way of honoring one of Ghana's most celebrated young female dancehall and hip-life musician. Ebony, who died 8 days before her 21st birthday and a day before a scheduled musical tour in Europe, also had hit songs including Poison and Coupe. In another development, he also performed free of charge at the 3rd edition of the Northeast Saturday. Speaking at the event, the lead organizer, Samuel, expressed his excitement about supporting orphanage for the 3rd consecutive year. He appealed to organizations and individuals to endeavor and put smiles on the faces of children by supporting the orphanage in cash, describing such gestures as service to God. He extended gratitude to some individuals also for their continued support. And some international update, at least 31 people have died after a powerful cyclone struck in Madagascar, says the disaster authority in Indian Ocean Island. The cyclone made landfall on Tuesday, hitting the island main port. Madagascar's Disaster Management Office said there was total chaos, reporting how houses collapsed in the impact zone where bodies were found. Neighborhoods were plunged into darkness as power lines snapped, while trees were uprooted and roofs ripped off. The cyclone's landfall is likely to have been one of the most intense recorded around the city in satellite era, according to the CMR cyclone forecaster on France's Réunion Island report. The National Office for Risk and Disaster Management said many were killed when houses collapsed. A total chaos, 90% of house roofs have been blown off entirely in part. The head of disaster management at the Action Against Hunger Aid Agency told AFP. Madagascar's Disaster Management Office has evacuated dozens of injured people and hundreds of residents from a district around the Tomesina home to 400,000 people. Residents in and around the town described sense of chaos as the cyclone made landfall. I have never experienced wind this violent. The doors and windows are made of metal, but they are being violently shaken. Ranavo told the Reuters news agency. The Jezani is the second cyclone to hit Madagascar this year. It comes 10 days after tropical cyclone killed 14 and displaced over 31,000 people, according to the United Nations Humanitarian Office. Ahead of the cyclone's arrival, officials shuttered schools and rushed to prepare emergency shelters. Madagascar's Meteorological Service said that the Jezani had weakened to moderate tropical storms and had moved westward inland about 10 kilometers north of the capital. Cyclone season in the Indian Ocean around Madagascar normally lasts from November to April and sees around a dozen storms each year, AFP report. And that's it on the morning news update. Thank you so much for sticking tuned to your radio. Do well to log on to all streaming platforms as well as logging onto our website at www.GhanaTalksRadio.com for more news updates. My name is Deborah Adoso. Good morning.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond. Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Ghana Talks Radio ɛwɔ UK abrochimemu era from Ghana mu ha the sound system which spinning machine papa every amano ne aba begu oman Ghana mu ha enti se we ye engagement, we wedding, we birthday party, political parties are moye rally, some moye sorry moye crusade. So we'll book carnival or any kind of event. Now we'll pay spinning machine papa a boa sound in the moon at the dia any may come for GTR sounds at the amao. Your live band in so our tones at the frame ye beat me ababeboa. Ama ujume dia woody and so at me I come up. Yawa enkan pupuni mantemo anya aponchi hotel a hope pepe ena yebutu odi an se wo be frɛ mpanifo ɛwɔ 0546960510 GTR sounds emu ode angaza.
morning to you once again. You are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. This is the second segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. We are streaming live on Facebook at Ghana Talks Radio, on X, formerly known as Twitter, on Ghana Talks Radio, and YouTube at Ghana Talks Radio. In the second segment, you know how we do it. We come along with knowledgeable guests who are going to dive into the issues. They are going to share their informed perspectives on issues that matter to you every morning right here in the show. And I must say that this morning, I have a young, gentle, fantabulous looking gentleman in his green vegetation dress, shirt, sorry. This morning, we have a social commentator in our midst, our regular Thursday guest, Mr. Stephen Dubik Ganib. Good morning to you.
Good morning, madam.
Mr. Dubik.
Good morning, madam. Esinam. Now, maybe not. Was it me a young man?
I'm a young man.
Yeah, man, you know what?
I hear no way.
Yeah, old man.
You are not even on the fourth. You are not even on the fourth level yet. So please, please.
Be there. Your football age, your age, real age. In the minute, I'm 70.
Into Osha, and Chabako retirement.
Minute, I'm 70 years. I'm a drone. Okay, sir.
Pacho, a young man, why?
I'm not that young.
His beard shouldn't deceive you.
I have grey in my beard.
Oh.
My head is bald.
You
still address me as a
status. It's status, please. It is status. You are looking fresh.
Thank you.
I like your shirt.
How much will you pay for it?
How much will I pay for it?
Yes.
How much are you?
If you like something, you pay.
Oh, I know I'll pay. But it's so meaning you remove yours and give it to me.
No, you are paying, so I wear it.
I should pay
so that every day when I'm coming, I'll wear it.
Say.
So what to your country?
Oh, no, please. Go and tell your woman to pay for it.
Okay, I've heard you.
Right. I was thinking today you wear fugu. Since yesterday was fugu day.
No, yesterday it's past.
It's past?
Yes.
Okay. I hear. Do you agree with the initiative? That's every Wednesday.
It is good.
Is it because we have some? That is why you're saying
that?
No.
Whether I have
some. What of we that we don't have some? We should go and buy some.
Yes.
So you agree that we should be wearing fugu every Wednesday. But we already have Friday wear. So why do we have to? And Friday wear includes fugu, Anna.
So the Friday wear is African. You get it? All African print.
Fugu is African.
No, I'm coming. All African print and that. You get it? Or you can wear a locally made shirt on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
But Wednesday is specific for fugu. We are not forcing you. Nobody is forcing you.
It's not mandatory.
It's not oh, come on.
But Obia Shena one should be as a what to
and oh,
I send Benny. No boss so they. Oh. Anyway.
I said a voter region when we be. Some will be.
Yeah,
we say old boy. We will be. It's a good old boy. It will boost that industry.
It will boost that industry.
Yes.
But don't you think that it looks as if they are promoting one region more than the other? You don't see it as such.
They are promoting one region than the other.
Like because fugu is for the northness, and they said every Wednesday. So what about the kente and the?
So what about the Akwawa and the Obake debate? You are trying to bring that one to here.
Let's move on.
You project you project what we think the world will buy. You get it?
Okay.
American winter no ako tutu ntoma. What they are saying fa no Japan. Now is the one na blogger. We freezer na ice blog. Ndi say promoting kente tutu fan there. And he ain't go do America. And even they wear it at a time convenient mom. But fugu dear, all weather. Say a who ba America mpo atare no ne nsa no soso. Oh, team from me from kama. We say fugu a who ni even though a mood no a who brim. And I share na brim so e ma ho ye. So they are trying to promote what will be universally accepted by everyone. And I think it is good initiative. If imagine that they do this and then it catches on.
Mm-hmm.
People would start ordering. Yesterday, I saw a post, I think either on Facebook or on Twitter or something. The person was saying that he needs somebody who can supply 1,000 of them at 1,000 cedis each.
1,000 cedis each?
Yes.
Now, how much do we sell fugu in Ghana?
Fugu na ya moto na nunye fugu.
Gufu ana.
Enu ya batakari.
Hey.
Se ope liet jack. Liet jack. Mimi krum your friend liet jack. Ope no. You should be holding around 800,000 Ghana cedis.
800,000 Ghana cedis.
Yes.
But you know
that is even the whole like a no.
That's wholesale.
Yes, what the bar from her. You should be talking about 1,000, 2,000, 3.
Okay.
You see, there are ways of making it. My people don't use machine or whatsoever to do it. They use needle. Yes, to put together the joint. They use stitches. Let me put it out. Stitches to put together the joint. So, making just one, that size, would take a lot of time to get it done. It will take like 3-4 days to get one done. So if you want that type, that is hand stitched, it is very expensive. And the ones that the president and the high ranking official wear are the ones that are hand stitched. What I say? So you just go and buy any of them and think that what to fugu, you fugu. Mimi krum ye freba ko liet jack.
Liet jack.
Liet jack.
And what to saying?
No esun.
Esun.
Yes, we shy say o mo pambar. Say why a pompous?
Big man.
Of course. You see, now you are getting the point. So why a big man? You see, in the olden days, it wasn't a cloth for the ordinary. It was for the chiefs, and kings and warriors. You get it? So people put pride in making it. You get it? And then they made it in such a way that will fit the person who is wearing it. So it's a good initiative. We just have to encourage it, push it, and make it catch on. Yes, just like the Nigerians came, stole our Afrobeat, pushed it, and now it's everywhere.
It's everywhere. Wednesday bia mpacho shefu.
Mompes kama ngotobi.
Oni bia kotobi. Me mayembu. You. Right, Mr. The Big. Welcome once again.
Thank you.
So there's a trending issue. I think it started trending yesterday. Former Chief Executive Officer of the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program, Kofi Ofosu Nkansa, has been formally charged with the publication of false news and is expected to appear before court today, Thursday. His lawyers has confirmed.
Okay.
What did he do? Or what exactly did he say?
Just a second. Let me find something very important on that.
Right. So it says that the charge stems from allegation made by Mr. Nkansa during the discussion on Sumpa FM, in which he claimed that an individual paid money to secure a government-funded scholarship to study abroad. That was the statement he made.
I think I have what I need to talk on.
You have, right.
So, what is the issue if he's arrested?
For publishing for false information?
Yes. What is the issue if he's arrested? Because this thing, it doesn't make any sense to me. It is alleged, You can't always say it is alleged and go scot-free. There are circumstances that you can say it is alleged and nothing will happen. When the news is already circulating. But you cannot be the first person to say it and still say it is alleged. Alleged by who?
So because he was the first person to say it.
That is the position of the law. If you bring out the issue, it is no. If you are the first person bringing out the issue, it cannot be allegation. Allegation by who? Alleged by who? So when he was invited the first time, he went there with his lawyers.
Mm-hmm.
You get it? And they asked him to provide the source of his allegation.
And he wasn't able to provide.
He provided the source. He said a guy called Virus, Apia. His name is Apia. He was also a CEO for one of the state institutions. And then the NIB went further to probe, call the guy. The guy says, "Men can't change no men no kura ni hon komo."
The guy he said
told him that. Now says that I don't know anything about it. I've not told him anything.
Wow.
And you still call that, and you still want us to believe that you were just alleging. Alleging by who? So I hear this thing, people been throwing this thing about in the public space. Oh, it is an allegation. It is alleged. Or can't some funny we are. No, it is alleged as also. And yet time be an alleged, it is alleged between me and save you.
And then we have to be careful.
Yes. If you are the first person putting out the information, you cannot say it is alleged. If you say it is alleged, they will ask you, alleged by who? Where is the source of your allegation? If it is already on social media, then you can point to social media. Oh, it is social media article. I saw it on this news publication. I saw it there. I saw it that. That becomes an allegation.
So with that, he can be freed.
With that, if he's able to prove, say he had seen it.
Seen it.
Oh, you see. Sorry, I don't know English. He had seen it earlier, somewhere. Then he can say that it is an allegation. But if he had not seen it anywhere, then he cannot sit here and say it is an allegation. Now we go into the realm of publication of false information. That is why he has been arrested.
That's why he has been arrested.
And when they invited him to come the second time, he said his father is sick. He was in Kumasi and he cannot come. Hey, say you do something, then they are about to arrest you and you are making excuses. A bedroom baby. Obi be twitu akokun obi ye friend no abeka so owo fufu adi anso aba. Because if the politicians can do and get away with it, anybody should also do it. Can also do it. You get it? If you do something and you are invited to show up, you show up. You put everything on hold because it is your freedom that we are talking about here.
Yeah, true.
And they will detain you. When they take you to court, they will use that as an excuse and ask the court to put you in the custody of the police. Because and it's open here. You go. If they arrange you before court, your lawyer can now tell the judge that, look, when they invited him, he came by himself. So he's not at risk of fleeing. Say a friend or buy inti. That will form the basis of getting a bail. But your friend, now my excuses. Na me yiri tie ne ya. Me papa na ya hono. Me se wa kaka. Na one nam na wa na omo hwehwe wa beche wa. Wom do go do court wa.
Right.
Any reasonable judge will look at this information and decide that so grant you bail or hwehwe kra be din.
That's why he has not been granted bail.
He has not been taken to court yet. I'm just saying that.
Right.
If they are looking for you, if any security agency invites you, it is in your own interest to honor the invitation at the time they ask you to come. You understand?
Yeah.
So one kwa e kodru court wa ye de sa asem no a ye de sa won niema no a wo ye na e na begina so na ya deny bail.
Okay, so this is from his lawyer. Detention of Kofi Ofosu Nkansa politically motivated. That's one Bafo Ewa. Nana AJ Bafo Ewa, lawyer for former National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program, Chief Executive Officer Kofi Ofosu Nkansa, has described his client's detention as unnecessary and politically motivated, insisting that the offense leveled against him is bailable under the Ghanaian law.
Okay. So he should go to court and bail. He should go to the police and bail him. And so what is the point in this? What you just read, what is the point? Has he gone to the police or the arresting officers to bail him and they say they won't bail him? If they say they won't give him a bail, they have 48 hours to process him to court. I would have agreed with him if the 48 hours had elapsed. And no more final call court. Okay. And no more money bail. What I say? But if they are still within the 48 hours, don't tell us it's not bailable. It's what? They have the right to hold him for 48 hours. You get it? Mm-hmm. They can decide to give him bail within the 48 hours. They can decide not to give him bail until after they take him to court after the 48 hours.
After the 48 hours.
So, where is this coming from? And every issue in this country, every issue. Ya pesa some foolish case yes politically motivated. Papa ya Okase, was he here when Gregory Afoko was granted bail and Godfrey Dame refused to release him? Was he in this country? Gregory Afoko no nyenipa. Was he not a human being? You see, if these issues like this happen and you come out to talk this way, do you know what happens? You compare people to bring out the past, what the people you represent also did.
So it'll be like a tit for tat.
Of course. So the right thing for him to do as a lawyer for Kofi, right?
Yeah.
Kofi Ofosu Nkansa is that if he feels that he's being frustrated, he should just proceed to court. And then been see my mom say I'm obi bail crowd intimi ntwan bail condition. I'm an court I'm at bail conditions and so that. So if it has happened before, what is the point of this? What is the point in telling us it's politically motivated when he himself as a lawyer knows that if the state security agencies arrest somebody, they have 48 hours to hold the person and decide to charge him to court or leave him? 48 hours in a term. Say no mama chema. Say in term a term. So they are well within their right. So where is the political motivation comes in? Where does it come in?
Right. Let me welcome Mr. Enoch. We have Mr. Enoch Ake, NPP Communications team member. Good morning to you, Mr. Enoch.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Blessed and highly favored. How about you?
I'm fine. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Right. We're actually on the issue of the arrest of Kofi Ofosu Nkansa for publishing false information. What can you say to it? What are your thoughts on that?
Please, before that, I want to know, is it MPP NDC or MPP Independent Analyst? Let me know that so I know how to go about it.
I don't get you.
Am I with an NDC person or a different political party?
He's a social commentator.
Social commentator.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you.
Why do you ask though?
I want to know because that will let me know how to put my words together.
So assuming he was an NDC,
I know how to go about it.
You know how to go about it?
Yes.
Okay. So
but all the same, it's all good. Right now, all social commentators and independent analysts or other view have the green at their back. So,
we are learning from Kofi Bento.
So you asked about Kofi Ofosu Nkansa, former CEO for NEP.
Yeah, NEP.
In fact, one of my good bosses. Yeah. If you know him very well, you know that that's why we call him full soldier president.
Full soldier president.
Yes, he has the youth at heart, connects people to people, gives motivation where it is deserved. In fact, you have maybe a personal score, but he's somebody everyone likes him. Yes. I really admire him very much. One of the young people in the party I admire. So yesterday, yes, we were at NIB. Personally, I was there.
You were there?
Yeah, I was at NIB myself. Yes, I love him.
You love him?
Yes, I have
so
to
you went there too?
Yes.
Nice.
You see, I don't even know where to start from. Yesterday, I saw a lot of high-profile people who are independent people equally coming out to say, what was the arrest for? It was unnecessary. You put someone in there and I see, please, I don't know if you are aware, he has been granted bail.
He has been granted bail?
Yeah, he's at home now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When was that?
Yesterday.
He was granted bail yesterday. But he's said to be in court today.
No, it has been changed.
It has been changed. Oh, okay.
So he was denying bail.
Okay.
Then they called the lawyer back that they've granted him bail. So yes, that is it. But you see, one thing I foresee that will harm the NDC is how they go about issues when it comes to these things. You see, the reason why people talk about this thing is not because of the substance of the issue, but it's about how they do the